Hi everyone, good evening. Yeah, welcome to today's live stream, guys. I'm so sorry I had to start late. I had to, I'm sorry that I was started late, but I'm not going to waste our time today. It's just a very, very short live stream, okay? So yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming on the show, and I hope you guys are doing well. How was today? All right, so this particular topic is something that I've been looking forward to because when it was announced yesterday, I knew that I was going to talk about it. I even did a live stream yesterday, but I couldn't meet up. So I said, okay, today I'm definitely going to meet up with the live stream. Okay, so yeah, I had a lot on my plate, so I couldn't round up and finish up. So today I said I was to finish up with this live stream. All right, guys, welcome to the live stream. So it's no news that Genevieve, the first runner-up of Face of Hope, has resigned officially, and it was stated on the Face of Hope page yesterday. Okay, so before now we've heard rumors that she was going to step down. I personally have heard rumors about it, but I was waiting for the organization to make it official. Okay, and this started from when she was not seen at the Face of Hope events, that they held, last month. During the prize giving ceremony, she was absent, and also during some of the events that Face of Hope, you know, Face of Hope organized. She was not present. She was absent, and some persons were saying that she stepped down from her role, but it was not officially. No, there was no official statement to that effect. So for me personally, I didn't believe that. I was thinking, oh, probably they were going to, she was going to say it on her page, let us know that she has resigned. But there was nothing like that. So we all debunked the rumor. But I knew that something was definitely wrong. I felt like, probably she was having some issues with the organization based on her role as first runner up. Because after you win the competition, or after you win a pageant, you're given a contract to sign, and that contract contains all your duties as a title holder. Okay, so she was not present in the prize giving ceremony, and she never signed any contract with the organization. So I think, I was thinking then that, oh, probably there were some underlying issues that they were trying to sort out, and I was hoping that they would sort it out before they made that statement yesterday. um, but unfortunately, rather, she resigned from her position. Okay. Now I want to talk about the reasons why she resigned, because I don't want to go into those talks, lengthy well, how will I put it, lengthy statement that was issued. And she said in that statement that her position as personal up was detrimental to her duties as an actress. She has other issues to take care of. So her position as personal up was going to be detrimental to her job. She made mention of that as well in the statement that was released by people. um, so guys, just hold on. Let me just go through that statement again. Okay, so the official statement states that following the conclusion of the competition, Genevieve has formally communicated that she would be stepping down from the role of professional of due to prior professional commitments and existing contractual obligations within her career as an actor and model. You guys know that before she went to Face of Hope, she is an actor, she's an actress rather, and I've seen most of her movies. I've seen some of her movies. So Um, anyway, she's just an upcoming actress as it is. She has not really acted much, so I think she's just trying to build up her acting career. And also she's a model as well. So I don't know if she's linked to other modeling agencies, but to the best of my knowledge, I think she has, she's modeling for some organizations. Can you hear me, guys? Sorry, there was a glitch in network. I hope you can hear me. Okay, so that was what she said. She had prior engagements and she had, as a model, as an actress, contractual obligations and all that. So now I want to state here that if Genevieve had won this competition, would she have said that she had prior contractual obligations? Do you understand? Like I believe that before you enter into a pageant, you should know the rules and regulations of that pageant. Number one, you should know that this particular pageant, should you win, you you're going to do away with any other prior existing contractual obligations. So is it that Genevieve did not understand the effect of going into the pageant like this, and having existing contractual obligations? So these are the things that we talk about in pageantry, because a lot of these people enter into these pageants thinking that they know it all and they are going to either they win or they just move out like that. They don't care about their pre-existing contractual obligations. If she had known that these contractual obligations that she had was going to stop her from handling her role as the first runner up or as a winner of Face of Hope, let's say she won the competition, would she bring up this issue of having existing contractual obligations? Let's look at it this other way. Would that issue come out? Would she have said that she had an existing contractual obligations? So for me, I think that is a flimsy excuse on her part, because you can't tell me that you're going for a pageant and you have existing contractual obligations. Then that means you shouldn't have gone for the pageant in the first place. She shouldn't have gone for the pageant in the first place. So why go for a pageant and you have existing obligations? You know. Anyways, for me personally, I think that was an excuse on her part, because you cannot go to a pageant when you have existing contractual obligations that are going to stop you from going to the pageant. Number two, another thing I think was that probably she thought she was going to win, and since she did not win the pageant, she decided to step down, because of course she cannot carry on the role of the first runner up, diligently, because of course she was expecting to win, and when she lost out, she decided to leave the organization entirely. That is another notion I'm thinking. Allegedly, oh, please guys, I'm using allegedly. So allegedly, she thinks probably she was supposed to win the pageant, and since she didn't win the pageant, she decided to step down, from her role as first runner up, because probably she saw it as she was too big for that position. Okay, so that is what I think allegedly. Um, but at the end of the day, I would say that this organization is a very very a very how will I put it? It's an organization that looks out for their own people, and this is the first of its kind here in Nigeria that you see a pageant that actually gives out incentives to the first runner up and second runner up, aside the winner. Because you guys know that the winner got 10 million naira and a car. So first runner up is getting 3 million naira and the second runner up is getting 2 million naira. So for me, I think that that was a good incentives. Aside from the monetary aspect, she was given a free all expense paid trip to Japan with the winner. So obviously, if she had still retained her first national position, she should have gotten a million naira and also an all expense paid trip to Japan with the winner. Okay, so it was a win-win situation for her. You understand? I know understand that probably the money is too small for her. Being a big girl now, she has spent a lot of money for the pageant. She has spent money, on the gowns and all the, preparations she had for Face of Hope because she was one of the best dressed, in that competition. I know she must have spent money, probably more than 3 million naira. So she saw the money as, a chicken change. But at the same time, the endorsement that went with it, the recognition that goes with it, you cannot take it back. You can't take back those recognition, you can't take back those incentives, you can't take back those endorsements. Because who knows, she would have been able to, maybe probably the Face of Hope in the process acquired another franchise and they appointed her to go for the pageant. Because I see the owner of Face of Hope, MC Galaxy, as a very, very, very business minded person. And he said it today. He made a statement today saying that all the money he spent on Face of Hope, he did it on his own without a sponsor. How many persons in the Nigerian pageant space will spend that kind of money without a sponsor? So he had, what he did was for the betterment of, the organization. He had the organization in mind. So I'm very, very, I think that, the owner of Face of Hope, he has the best interest of the organization at heart. So all the ladies, the first runner up, second runner up, they were definitely going home with something. Of course, we know the prize money, we know the endorsement. There's so many other things that these ladies would have enjoyed, or have enjoyed or are enjoying that we don't know about. Because he has the interest of these ladies at heart. When I went through the statement that he made today about the Dami's that's the winner, Dami's appreciation for what he's doing or what he did, I felt it. I felt it. I was like, this is a person that knows what he wants. He knows how to treat his queens, and Dami appreciated his effort. He was saying it in a statement today, and I was like, wow. How many other franchise holders will, take out their time to do what he has done? He's the first pageant that I even decided to, because, of course, as a pageant blogger, I've not really had time to attend other pageants. It was the first time that I attended a pageant, and it was Face of Hope. Because I saw the potential, I said, no, I have to go and see for myself. And I was there live. I saw all that happened. This man spent millions of naira hosting that show and also taking care of the ladies. How many pageants here in Nigeria give out incentives to the first runner up and second runner up? Count them. I don't know. Because I feel like after this whole thing, other pageants came up with their own incentives. He was the first person that brought out this idea of giving out incentives to first and second runner up. He was the first person that did it. So other persons that are coming up with this same idea, they stole that idea from Face of Hope. In fact, they took the idea from Face of Hope. Because I can see a lot of mushroom pageants coming up now. And most of them are just there to exploit these ladies. Like what the Face of Elite Beach did. They exploited all the winners, made them to spend money canvassing for votes. At the end of the day, what did they get? They didn't even get the prize money at the end of the day. So this man promised this thing, these incentives, and he gave it to them. It was not promise and fail. We saw everything during the prize giving ceremony of what he did. So how many franchise holders will do exactly what Face of Hope has done? None. Yeah, just be sincere. None. So I give it to MC Galaxy, I give it to the organization of Face of Hope, I give it to the management of Face of Hope. These people, they mean business. So it's so unfortunate that Genevieve had to step down as first runner up. I feel like I mentioned, I've already mentioned what I think happened allegedly, but I would say it's giving ungratefulness. Like seriously, if you knew that you had prior contractual obligations, then why did you go in for the pageant in the first place? And I see a lot of comments of people saying, oh, this is going to ruin our reputation. They wanted her to go for other pageants and all that. I understand that part, that probably she's going for another pageant. But why not, handle your role as personal up? Because you don't know the doors that this particular position will open for you in the future. You don't know. You can still be the personal up and still, be having other contractual obligations, except maybe the contract does not give room for that. Because I didn't see the contract, so I don't know the terms of the contract. I don't know the clauses in the contract, if they gave room for her to actually have time for her acting roles or her movie career. But if it actually gave room for her to act in the movies, then I don't see any reason why she should have resigned in the first place. I don't see any reason why she should have resigned, honestly. I don't see any reason why she should resign. Because, my dear, people are scrambling for this position. A lot of people are now saying, oh, River State, that's the second runner up, would automatically be appointed as first runner up. Of course, that definitely will happen, and I'm waiting for the organization to announce that very soon. So I think they'll pick amongst the top 5 who will take over the spot of the second runner up. So anyway, of course, the spot will not be open for her. Do you understand? Like, it's not be entirely open for her, in the sense that somebody else is going to fill in that position. Definitely, they're not going to wait for her. That's life. Nobody wait for you. Somebody else will fill in that position. Hi, Miss Criticizer. Sorry, guys. Sorry for I'm belching. Hello, Miss Criticizer. We are welcome. Longest time, oh. I'm glad you are back. You announced your comeback recently, and I'm waiting to see your videos. You're welcome, sis. How have you been? I hope you're doing great. So, like I was saying, of course, her position will not be vacant. Somebody else will fill in that position. And a lot of ladies will be scrambling. In fact, they are hoping to get that position. Do you know what it means to get 3 million naira? I know that to her, it might be chicken change, but at least to some persons, it's a lot of money. And also, endorsements and a free trip to Japan is a lot. So many ladies want to leave this country. They want to stamp their passport. So they'll be scrambling for that position, my dear. They'll be scrambling for your position. So whether you leave or not, it doesn't really affect the organization. It will definitely move on. You say, I've been off and on. Okay, I understand you've been off and on. I understand how it is. It's not easy. This pageant thing, sometimes you lose. How many times I've just, decided to forget about pageantry here on my channel. And sometimes I'll just say, I beg, I'm not doing again. I'm tired of pageantry, because sometimes I don't get the encouragement that I want. Like, the encouragement sometimes is not really there. And most times, because of what is currently going on, sometimes I'll just lose interest. But I'll just remember why I started in the first place. That's what keeps me going. Because I know that I just have passion for pageantry. So that is what keeps me going. It's not even what is going on presently. He said Genevieve probably thought that she wasn't good for that. She wasn't good she was too good for that second position. Exactly. Now that's what I said. So you have really tried. I see how passionate. My dear, if I reason what they've done to me in this pageant space, my eye don't see Oba too. I've seen Oba, but I decided to. I just remember why I started this in the first place. So let me continue the thing now. No matter what, even if they serve us a breakfast, we'll still continue. Anyway, it is well, oh, it is well. So even if she felt that she was too good for the position, like I mentioned, a lot of other ladies are scrambling for this position. That 3 million naira will go a long way to help them. That free trip to Japan with the winner, they will jump for it. They will jump at it. Just imagine some of these ladies are doing they are going far and beyond for things for lesser amounts. How much do they does the winner? That just before you came in, I was talking about the incentives. Like I've not really seen this much incentives in other pageants. Like I've seen, in this particular pageant. I've not seen even the highest pageant, apex pageant we have in Nigeria. What do they give to the winner? Is he up to 10 million naira? Does it come with a brand new car? Do the first runner up take as much as 1 million naira? No. This is the first time I'm seeing a pageant that gives incentives to the first runner up and second runner up as well. So if she says she's too good for the second runner up position, then why did she even go into the pageant in the first place? If she knows that she had prior contractual obligations, why go into the pageant in the first place? You know? So I'm really, really livid at her attitude. I'm very angry at her attitude. I feel she's ungrateful. I feel she's ungrateful. She's really ungrateful. So, guys, if you want to join me to talk about this, just click on the link, and I will add you to stage. But at this point, I feel like she just felt she didn't really um think about this very well before she joined the pageant. She thought, oh, she was going to get the crown. If she had gotten the crown, would she say she had prior, what they call it, prior contractual obligations? No, she won't say it. Okay, dear, let me add you to stage now. Okay, yes, you're welcome. It's been a while, though. Really missed your face, so we missed you so much, but we are glad you are here now. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
yes, I
hear
can
me?
hear you now. It wasn't clear before.
Oh, okay. Damn, I thought I would have my headphone in. Sorry, because I would prefer my headphone. Let me.
Okay, okay. Just take time, take your time to get your headphones done. All right. Let me just step out. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back.
Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm back. I can
Okay.
hear
Oh, I
you.
guess I'll have to do it without my
Yes.
headphones.
I can
Seriously.
without.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sound issue. But you know
Yeah,
what? I'll just
I
continue.
can hear you loud
How
and clear.
okay. How are you? How
Oh,
have you been? Oh my
I
God,
can
it's a
hear
long
you. I can hear
time.
you. Good, oh. Mm.
There's a
It's
delay
not
in
been
the
easy, but we thank God.
yeah. Oh God, I've
Yeah.
been watching your videos from time to time. Trust me, seriously, these pageant streets. It's rough in these pageant streets.
I
Um, like what you told me about Face of Hope. I think so, the Nigerian one, where they go to what's the name? Miss International. So it was a successful show. And like you said, the price and the incentives is much, much better than what Silverbed was even given. Not even half of what Silverbed gave for. And
exactly.
and the fact that Genevieve she decided to resign, I mean, we've seen the signs the next day when she had to fulfill her duties as a runner-up. She didn't appear, you know, you didn't even appear, you just quit
Yes,
immediately.
nowhere to be found. And I mentioned it.
And the thing is, look, I mean, everybody's an adult.
Exactly.
They have the right to do what they want to do, but um my thing is that if you participate in this type of shows, you have to weigh your options. Yes, you want to win, but when you lose, it is what it is. You just have to take it on the chin. It's sportsmanship. For me, I just felt like it just felt that you were too good for the show. You were like, listen, it's either I win or not, and I think it's a slap to the organizers. At least they even made you first runner up. It might not be much to you, but at least the least she could do is at least fulfill her contractual duties as her first runner up. And then at least when your contract is up, you can do what you want. But hey,
Exactly.
probably who knows? Maybe she wants to participate in Silverbet's Miss Universe, and now Miss Universe, they're no longer the top pageants. Especially what happened last year. I think everybody should reconsider even participating for Miss Universe as a whole. But yeah, it's crazy. And now we have Miss Grand All Stars, which I was looking forward to, but I even saw on your Instagram only three African countries. Yeah, I even just did a video on TikTok. I'm
Like
shocked.
seriously,
Hey, because I was looking forward to Miss Grand All Stars, especially All Stars. I'm like, hey, the glitz, the glamour, at least people will have a second chance at doing this again. And I was just shocked. I did not expect just three African countries. So, like, what went wrong? Is now what overcharging for the contestants to do All Stars? What's going on?
it's actually two.
Sorry,
It's actually four. I
it's three
mentioned something
countries,
like
but
that
two.
on
I
my
know
stories
Ghana.
as
We
well. I
have two
said
people from.
that you know
Oh, the connection
Ghana
is
has
bad. What's
two.
this?
Yeah, Ghana has two representatives. Ivory Coast has one.
Yes, Zambia
Can you hear
2-1.
me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now. I know the connection is in the best, but we
Zambia.
we will just try it. Yeah.
We just have to do what we have to do.
We'll
So
manage
what
it.
what
I
I'm
can hear
seeing
you a
here, we
bit.
just have. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So what I'm saying here is we have about four, one, two, three, four African countries: Zambia, Ghana, and Cote d'Ivoire. So okay, sorry, three. You're right. Three. Ghana has two representatives. Zambia has one, and Cote d'Ivoire has one. So none from South Africa, none from Nigeria, none from Kenya and the likes. So
Not
it's very
Tanzania,
sad
yeah.
that we have this low representation. I think what happened in Miss Grand earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand it. I mean, look, I know Miss Grant doesn't have the best reputation, but listen, it's still a show that people come on there to sell themselves. Is you go on the show for exposure. And I'm just like I said, I was looking forward to All Stars. They've been promoting this for a while now, and damn, it's just not much. I haven't even seen the other
Is
continents yet.
South America is obviously well represented
As
because most of the
usual.
countries are from Asia and South America. Europe is just about few.
Also, okay. Oh, I think I don't.
So
I
I think
want to
Europe
hear
has more than
Africa. Yeah, I just want to hear your opinion on this. Yeah, because it's like in the pageantry world, the popularity is slowly decreasing. It's on a decline. It's like, is the investment worth it? You spend a lot of money, hair on makeup, on styling, on even the participation, on everything whatsoever. But the problem is, people feel, are they getting enough in return? Like with Miss Grant, um, I'm just going off of what I'm seeing. The Miss Grand runner ups, do they even get anything? Like all the 10 runner ups, do they get something? Because the thing is, I followed Miss Grand Tanzania last year, the girl Beatrice. And I mean, I've seen that when she came back to
yes.
Tanzania, she at least opened a salon straight away, a beauty spa straight away. Like I said, it could be that she was saving money to do
Okay.
that. I'm not somebody to pocket watch, but I'm just asking myself, do the runner ups get something? At least, because imagine investing so much money. We saw the lobbying that was going on last year at the press conference. Everybody was lobbying, they were doing their biddings openly to Mr. Nawad. So I'm thinking, is it a good investment? Not even just for Miss Graham, but just in general with the pageantry, especially if you don't win.
I think most of the money that he gets is also aside from lobbying, he gets from voting. The votes and also the sponsors from various countries, aside from the lobbying and all that. Of course, there's lobbying beside on the side. We know that the voting is one important way that he's making money, because I know why I said that. Most times you see that the country that has the highest number of votes, he actually makes them place. And also the products that he sells, you need to be
Yes.
able to market it to your people. So if
Yeah.
you can sell those products well to your people, definitely he's going to put you at the top.
Okay,
We have
but
seen it
I
in
was
Miss
just talking
Grant
about the girls.
International.
Yeah, I was just talking about the runner ups, if they
Okay,
will
the
at least get
girls.
some money.
The runner-ups, I think they get endorsements because they get to stay back in Thailand for an extended number of time after the
Okay.
pageant ends. So I think that's where they actually make their money, because I have
Okay.
not seen any monetary figure attached to the first runner-up or second runner-up or the top 10. But I still feel
Yeah.
like them staying back Thailand, they get to have endorsements. There's opportunity for them to get endorsements from these Thailand firms and
The
companies.
firms.
And I hear
Okay.
Thailand is a for beauty products.
Oh, okay. Okay, then that makes
That
sense, sir. Because like we said, we don't want
those
it to be that people are spending that much money to participate and lobby and do all this effort, and then what do you get in return?
nothing. It's so sad. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Another thing again, people that are coming on their own. They don't have the backing of the country. It's
Oh,
like an
that's the
individual
worst.
effort.
That's even
It's
the
like an
worst.
individual. If you don't have the money, it's going to be difficult.
Hey, I feel bad for those girls who don't really have the backing like that, or they just come alone. It's like you can just see the difference, the classism. Even the times when they were lobbying, imagine they put the list in the count of the countries that donated the most. And then you are just standing there being a lone agent.
Not
Oh,
easy. So
yeah.
it's left to their fans to vote for them and do the needful. Because right now, even when it's just their sole effort, I think the countries as well, because they represent the country. So the country definitely will support them. But I feel like it's it's not they're not under any franchise. Do you
Uh-huh.
understand? So it's an individual,
Yeah.
but they can still have the backing of their country as well.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just following it for the entertainment. My issue is to now sit down and do YouTube video again. It's so time consuming. That's the thing that has been discouraging me. Like with TikTok, I'm just doing TikTok for now because it's easy. I can just do a 2-minute video and that's it. Huh.
Yeah, I see you're very active on TikTok, and
I
TikTok is
am
a
tired.
very good it's a good place to also meet up with people. You have a lot of audience there as well. So
Yeah, I mean it's on and off for me. It's I'm just doing it. The only thing is, like I say, with YouTube, at least it's something. But TikTok, there's nothing. Even somebody can have 1 million TikTok followers, they won't have money. They won't even be monetized for it. So I'm just doing it just for the fun. That's it. At least I know it's easy. I can just talk about it. But the thing with YouTube, like I say, sometimes I spend 3 hours, 4 hours to do that whole thing. It's stressful,
yeah, it's
you
it's
know.
draining.
Yeah, filming
It's
is
draining.
not the issue, it's the editing. Hey, yeah. But I'll see how it goes. Like I said, if something just fun pop up, I'll just do a nice episode. That's it. But pageantry has been a bit discouraging. I'm not going to lie.
I know. That's
Especially
what
after
last
the
year.
last Miss Universe, that was my last straw.
I know. It hit on everybody. I was also affected.
Oh,
I was affected, but at some point, I just told myself, okay, let's just continue.
yeah.
But for now, I'm not really a fan of Miss Universe anymore.
Oh,
Like I used to be.
yeah.
I don't really have passion talking about Miss Universe anymore. Like I'm not really into it as much as I used to be before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
it's not there. But I like what you are doing, how you are interviewing the Miss Nigerian contestants, the participants,
yeah,
everything is amazing interviews. I've been watching it. Continue doing what you're doing. I really like it. It's nice. You ask them the right questions. You will provide a safe space for them. It's really nice. I think people like you really support, especially when it comes to the Nigerian pageant industry. You should get enough accolades because already it seems like there's not much support in general. And it's like even when it comes to media and coverage specifically for pageants, it's just not
it's
much
so
there.
sad.
You are really trying.
It's so sad. I don't think I'm alone in this. It's so
Oh,
sad because I feel like I don't know why that's why I made that live stream, the last one I did, where I talked about government in that we need government intervention because there's a lot of loopholes that I've noticed with pageantry, not only in Nigeria but in Africa in general,
yeah, yeah.
and I feel like we don't have a lot of us or a lot of pageant bloggers that
Oh,
are that want to the system doesn't make easy for us to able to
easy,
reach out to the
yeah.
contestants. Because you know, I'm talking to most of them, and they will tell me, "Oh, the organization said no, they shouldn't grant interviews."
Wow,
Why should you not allow your candidate to grant interviews
that's
to
what I mean.
YouTube
They're just even making it
pageant
worse.
bloggers? You know, so it's sad.
Then
The
what
few
is the
ones that decide
point
to
of
come on
it?
the field, do you understand? Like they still mention, oh, my team member said no, or my franchise said no, I can't grant interviews. So it's
Oh,
it's it's quite discouraging sometimes. Yeah. But the few
Yeah, I
ones that
think
decide to come on the show, I throw my weight towards them. I support them. Even after the pageant,
yeah,
I still allow them to come back, let us know their experiences. Because a lot of people are watching my show, and some persons have sent me a message, how do I come, or how do I participate in pageants? So them seeing the experiences, or them watching the experiences of those that have gone there, at least they will have one or two knowledge on how they
yeah,
want to go into the show, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
all this
It's
something that will help a
yeah.
lot of persons.
Yeah, no, you are trying. No, that's really passion. Because the thing is, when it comes to African entertainment, pageantry is probably the last part. People will be
Yes,
talking about music, even films is even hard to even talk about films because that content doesn't make a lot of views. People will follow like comedy skits, all those things, but then when it comes to pageantry, it's especially within Africa, it's hard. It's just something already there's lack of investment, and then it's just like the support to is not really that much. But I like how, especially in Nigeria, the Face of Hope, I believe, I mean, they brought most of the fans there. You could see it, you could feel it compared to Miss the Silver Bed, the BS they did. They barely even brought their fans out. There was just it was just lacking a real proper pageant culture.
so
So probably, hopefully, slowly but surely, it will probably take time. But the thing is, now pageantry in the world, it feels almost outdated. It was something that people used to be interested in, but nowadays it's just slowly lacking, and it shouldn't be the case.
and they are also exploiting most of the candidates.
Yeah, I thought as
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
there's some very
Because
nasty
how
stories.
would they make money? Yeah, because how would they make money when there's barely any sponsors? You know,
Exactly,
there's barely
exactly, and that's
sponsors. Sometimes you ask yourself, the thing is not really profitable. You put much money in it, they'll expect something from you in return.
exactly. So how it's true because it's a business to them. How do they make their money as well? So most of them
Money,
exploit
yeah,
this, and
yeah,
if
it's
they
sad.
were regulations, if there were government rules and regulations as regards how these queens are being treated, I think they would do better.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Okay, my dear. Oh, I'll
Okay.
It's nice talking
Yeah,
to you again. It's a long time, yeah.
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad.
been a while. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. I said it's
Yeah.
yes. I'm glad you are back. So I'm
Oh,
looking forward
thank
to your
you.
video.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm half back. I'm not giving promises anymore. I'll do it, then I'll stop. I'll do it, and it's not easy. I have
No
a toxic
problem.
relationship. I have a toxic
I
relationship with
know.
my nephew. It's
Yeah,
toxic.
it's really toxic. It's really
It's
toxic
like that.
because
It's like that
most times,
boyfriend that did you wrong, and you are supposed to leave. You keep leaving. You keep coming back. Oh God.
it's
Yes!
you know it's
Yes!
something that
Yes!
you know
Yes!
if
Yes,
Mommy, stop,
Daddy!
stop. Oh,
Yes,
if the system
Daddy!
if it was done in the right way, at least we won't have this issue. If we stop
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
we might not be able to bring to the knowledge of the audience on what
yeah,
is really going on. A lot of persons look forward to our videos, and some
yeah,
persons will be like, "You've not." They will send me a message on Instagram. "You've not posted for some time. I hope there's no problem." I'm like, "Oh, really?
yeah,
So you guys are post?" I didn't know
yeah.
that
No,
some persons are post.
yeah, no, no. Some people they watch behind the scenes. Sometimes they send
Yeah,
messages, or they'll even say, "Oh my God, I didn't even know this about African pageantry. Thank you so much. We didn't know it. Like you people make it look so interesting and so fun and all that stuff." You
exactly,
know. Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, but
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
nice one.
yeah. Oh, it's
So
nice
let's
talking
hope.
to you too, Barbara. Oh, it's
Thank
nice talking to you. Oh, take
you so.
care. No, we'll definitely
Thanks for
catch
coming
up.
on the
Oh, thank you. No, definitely, definitely. I saw it. I said, "Hey, this time I'm on time. I need to join." Cool.
Definitely.
Take
I
care.
really enjoyed your contributions. Thank you so much.
Oh
Thank
no, thank you too. Thank you. Like you've been consistent. Like it's not easy. I don't know. I wish I had your passion. Seriously, you're so consistent. Like you really do it from your heart. And I really wish more. I just wish more and more, like I said, more blessings and more exposure, just anything in general. I know it will come definitely one day, especially now when African pageantry will start to pick up. The first person that they have to think about is Abby Cristolo. That's the first person they should think about.
I'm
Definitely.
telling you, amen to that.
Amen. Oh,
Amen.
definitely.
Thank
Oh,
you.
take care so
Thank
much. Take care, sis.
Good
Take
night.
care. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my sister YouTuber and pageant analyst as well. She's off YouTube for some time, but I believe she'll be back very soon. All right, thank you so much for airing your own opinion and coming on the show and giving us an insight into your own perspective of what's currently going on. Okay, so it's a lot, guys. For me to come on here, sometimes it's a lot. I have, you know, my own career, so most times I just do it out of passion because if I continue to look at what's going on around me, I would not even want to come on live sometimes or even film videos, maybe once in a month or once in 2 months or twice in a month. But because I have the passion for it and I feel like, oh, some persons are looking up to watching my content, I just have to show up. So I'm also very consistent on Instagram. Oh. For those of you that are on Instagram, please follow me as at Abby Crystal TV. I'm also in fact, I'm much more consistent on Instagram than on YouTube these days. My Instagram is always very, very, very busy. Every day I post content there. I keep people, updated with what's going on in the pageant. So if you want to also follow me on Instagram, type Abby Crystal TV and join me as and follow me there over there. But here on YouTube, I'm still much consistent, but not as before. I used to at least I would try as much as possible to be posting consistently here. But it's easier for me to come on live. Most times I just come on live and I say what I want to say and I end the live stream. Anyways, back to what we're saying about Genevieve. What I would say is good luck to her in her future endeavors. But I would say that for me personally, it gave me the vibe that she was ungrateful. Yeah. She is ungrateful because this is an organization that I believe has the heart of Nigerian queens, has the best interest of Nigerian queens. And like I mentioned before now, this is the first time I'm, actually seeing a franchise that actually gives out incentives to their first runner-ups and, also have the interest of the other queens, by giving them endorsement because I believe that the other ladies that made the top five, they also had endorsements. And this particular franchise owner has said that he has the Nigerian how would I put it, like he is committed to changing the pageant system here in Nigeria. And he's doing it alone. He doesn't have any sponsors, there's nobody sponsoring him. He just made a statement today that he has spent billions of naira in this pageant industry, and he's doing it alone. There are no sponsors. So it's so sad that a particular queen decide to step down from her role because she feels she's too big for that position. When there are so many other ladies that will scramble on this particular position. So, anyways, for me personally, I think she should have thought about this carefully, and also, if she had known that she had prior engagement, she would have not even uh, attended the pageant in the first place, or she would have just, faced her, she would have just um, faced our contractual obligations instead of coming on here and telling us, giving us a flimsy excuses. That is just my own opinion on this. And good luck to her. Good luck to her in our future endeavors. But I feel like, the way she went about this was the wrong path. If there was any contract or there was any clause in the contract that says that she cannot carry on as her movie, carry on as an actress, I will understand that part. But if there were no clauses in the contract that says she can if there were clauses in the contract that say she can also go ahead to participate in her movies, her modeling and all that, at least she would have given her decision, she would have thought about her decision carefully before making them, or how will I put it, like she would have thought about resigning, or she would have thought about not resigning carefully before making the decision, so it's up to her. Like I said, she's an adult and she knows what is good for her, but at the same time, I feel like, she feels too big for that role. And there's so many other girls that would scramble at that would take it within a snap of the finger, they would take that role. So that's just it. And for me personally, it shows that a lot of persons do not really appreciate what they have until they lose it. That's just life. Sometimes you feel too big for a particular position, and when it's taken from you, you now understand that you would have made a better decision, or you would have changed your decision. Anyways, good luck to her. And it's all good. It's all good. I'm not. I won't say. I won't. I won't. I won't. I cannot make that decision for her. It's her own decision. It's her personal decision. But at the same time, it shows the kind of person that she is. You know, um, you can. It's not. It's. You have to, when you're going to a pageant. You have to have the mindset that you might win or you might lose. So that's just pageantry for you. You cannot win it all. So you have to be able to accept defeat. That's just it. Accept defeat and move on. And this position that she had, it was a win-win for her. It was a win-win for her. It's not like she went home empty-handed. So it shows that she can't accept defeat. It shows that she actually wanted to win. Because if she had won, there's no way you would tell me, or she would say that she had prior contractual obligations. There's no way she would have said that if she had won the pageant. You know, it goes to show the kind of person that she is. So, anyways, I feel like the organization will make a statement after this. Appointing the second runner up as first runner up, and also appointing somebody else from the top five into the second runner up position. Okay, so I'm waiting to see who the lucky lady will be that will take over the second runner position. At least she's getting something, she's getting monetary incentives and also endorsements as well. Anyways, that's just it too. That's just my own opinion on this particular issue. Um, like I said, we're all adults, you make your decision, but at the same time, that decision you're making, definitely other persons will read it the wrong way or I read it the right way. It depends on how you make the decision at the end of the day. But for me, personally, I felt like if you have any contractual obligations and you're going for a pageant, I know that that contract that you have presently will not allow you to fulfill your obligations as a queen or as a title holder, then don't go for the pageant. That's just it. Don't go for that particular pageant. Because at the end of the day, if you win or if you are given a title, how will you be able to juggle both contracts together? So if she knew that she was not able to juggle both contractual obligations, then why did she decide to go for the pageant or decide to go to the pageant in the first place? So I felt like that was an excuse on her own part. But like I said, allegedly, I don't know. There might be other reasons. So I don't want to put words, or say things that I'm not sure of. But for me personally, I felt like she could not accept defeat. So she just used that as an excuse. Okay, yeah, that's just it. Anyways, that's life for you. Like I was discussing with my pageant sister, that sometimes when you decide to help some persons and they decide to pay you back with show you how ungrateful they are, you just let it be. I on this in this my journey as a pageant analyst, pageant blogger, I've seen a lot of things like this. That when you help people, sometimes I just decide to do things out of my way, for contestants. But at the end of the day, I've been met, I meet a lot of negative, negativity, negative answers. I just go out of my way to say, okay, can you come on my show? Can you come on my channel? Let me just interview you. Some persons refuse to come on the show because probably they feel, oh, they are too big for the show, or probably they don't think that this is a good enough platform for them. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. I don't force people to come on the show. Like I said, if you feel like you want to, you want to, fine. If you don't want to, I don't force people to come on the show. But at the same time, I think it's a good platform, or it's a good um yeah, it's a good platform for you to be visible. It's a good platform for you to canvass for vote, for you to share your experiences, then give us an insight into how it is to be a title holder. Because like I said, a lot of persons come on my DM telling me, "Oh, how do I come to this pageant? Or how do I participate in so pageant?" I feel like these interviews, or you coming on the show as a title holder to tell us your experience, will also help the other persons that are coming up, that want to know more about the pageant, how the pageantry works. You know, it will help them a lot. When you share your experience. So me, I don't charge anybody to come on my show. It's free of charge. But if you want to appreciate me, fine. But I'm not really into, I'm not really here for, like, it's not like, oh, you must pay me or something. I'm not charging. But time will come that I'll start charging. Oh, a time will come that I'll start charging because by the time the audience here, grow to an extent that I want, of course I'll start charging. But for now, it's free of charge. Okay, I'm not charging anybody to come on the show. It's also helping my channel as well to grow, okay? Because I know that this platform, a lot of pageant lovers, watch my show, watch my channel. So at least it will give you that visibility. Other persons will get to know you better, and it also canvas for votes as well. So it's a win-win for both parties. So that's just it. I'm not forcing anybody to come on my show. I can never force you to come on my show, but at the same time, I think as a pageant contestant or as a title holder, you need the platform, to be more visible and to give us an insight into your project, into your pet project, into what you intend to do or how you intend to give back to the society. That's just it. And also, like I said before now in my other live stream, government need to intervene because pageant system here in Nigeria needs financial assistance. Most of all these franchise holders can't do it alone. So government needs to intervene. The Ministry of Arts and Culture needs to intervene as well because they are the ones that actually they are the ones that are involved in with pageants. So like I said in my previous live stream, I'm hoping that one day they are going to create a budget for pageantry where they will earmark some certain amount of money for our queens. So that's just it. So far, so good. We have two Nigerian representatives currently doing us proud at Miss Echo International and Miss Aura International. Okay, so let's support them as usual. Let's vote for them. And I actually reached out to one of them, but she said she's very busy in camp. I wanted her to come and share her experiences, but let's see how it goes. If she has time, she'll come and share her experience. But probably that will be after the show, after the pageant. So I'll keep you guys updated on that because, of course, I would love her to come and share her experience, representing us in international competition. Okay, so I'll still try as much as possible to reach out to a lot of other contestants, and I pray that we have a huge platform over here that can invite other queens as well to do to come on the show and share their experiences. That is just what um I would that's my prayer, or that's my hope, at the end of the day, that more persons come on the show, more title holders come on the show to share their experiences, and also to also let us know how they were able to survive, during the reign or during the camping experiences, and presenting Nigeria internationally and all that. At least that will also give us an insight into how we can help, or how we can render a bit of assistance, to their preparation or to their journey, so to their various journeys. And it also helped others that are coming up to for them to be able to prepare, for their international competitions. Okay, so that is just it, guys. I really appreciate you all for staying put to this time. I think, yeah, 1 hour. 1 hour has come. So I initially said I was going to do a 1 hour live stream. I don't want it to be too long. But at the same time, I really appreciate you all for coming on the show. And for those of you that have been watching, let me know your thoughts on this particular issue, um, about the resignation of Genevieve. What do you think about it? And let us know your thoughts. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. I really appreciate you all. And like I said, I'm very, very consistent on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a huge collaborations with other YouTubers as well. Like I said before now, I'm trying to collaborate with one or two persons, for us to come and discuss on the upcoming pageants, especially Miss World Nigeria that's coming up very soon. And also we have Miss Supranational coming up as well. So that is just it, guys. That's just it. Thank you all for joining me today. Good night, everybody, and I'll see you all in another live stream coming up very soon. Bye.